Good morning, groovy citizens, and happy Motivational Monday. Now, I know what you're thinking, Michelle, when was the last time you did a video in the morning? It's been a while. However, I'm trying to get this video done and out of the way now because, as I shared with you all on Saturday, my sinuses have been acting a plum fool for about a week now. And I feel a lot better today than I did yesterday, although I'm not 100%. So when I finish this video, I'm actually going to go across the street to CVS and get me some more medicine. What I've been taking is the quercetin HPV. It's actually a cold relief for people with high blood pressure, which is HPV. And it says it's for cold and flu. Let me show you the packaging. That's what it looks like. However, it's for...
Phone book update failed.
Thank you. It's for runny nose, fever, sore throat, sneezing, body aches and pains. And I have a runny nose, so it does dry up my nose, so I'm not blowing it constantly. And then what happens is I keep blowing my nose, and over time this area of my nose becomes raw, and then that starts to blister, and that causes a whole nother problem after I'm feeling completely better. So I said, nope, I'm not going down that road this time. I don't have a fever. My throat was a little sore over the weekend, but today is so much better. I have some sneezing. In church, I was sneezing quite a few times. And the body aches, not so much, to be honest with you, not so much of that, but it helps everything else. So this is why I use this. However, if you are looking for a good cold medicine, get you some quercetin HPV. Now you can also get it without the HPV, which just means that if you have high blood pressure, you wouldn't want to take that one. Again, I get this because my mom and dad can use it too if they need it. Now, let's jump right on into today's video. Today, I'm going to be sharing some things to think about. And of course, these are some valuable Stoic lessons that I will be sharing with you. And I have 8, and then I will bid you good day. Number 1, I said one day, not I said, but number 1 is one day you'll see why God made you wait. Y'all, this one sits high up on the shelf for me. It really does. Because have you ever had a time where you had to wait for something? And I don't know about you, but I talk to God every day, sometimes several times a day. I swear, I think when he sees me coming, he goes, good God, what does she want now? Yes, Shell, what can I do for you? I don't know if he does or doesn't, but sometimes I feel like that's what he does. And we talk. I say, Lord, now, you know I trust you. You know I believe in you, but I've been asking for whatever that thing is. How much longer am I going to have to wait? If that's not what you would have for me, then that's fine. Just let me know so that I can scratch it off my list and move on to something else. But one day, you'll see why God made you wait. And I know for me, over the last, I'm going to say, three or 4 years or so, I have come to see why God made me wait for things. And I love it. I absolutely love it. So if you have been waiting for something, I want you to just keep waiting patiently. Every day you thank God in advance for it, and you act as if you have it, because he's going to show you why he made you wait. Some of you have wanted a relationship with an individual and it didn't quite work out then. Not to say that it can't happen down the road, but it's not happening or didn't happen when you wanted it to. And there was a reason for it, because God needed you to wait. That person either wasn't the right person for you, or it wasn't your time to be in a relationship. You all have been wanting a job, and the jobs that you wanted, God said, nope, not that one. And he's made you wait and wait and wait. And you keep saying, Lord, how long must I wait? And then he sends on the right job, and you see why he made you wait. Because those other jobs, they weren't the job for you. They didn't have growth potential. They had the worst people working there. Whatever the case may be, there's always a reason why God makes you wait. So over the years, I have learned to say, all right, Lord, if I'm still waiting, it's for a reason. I'm going to let you do your thing. I'm going to sit back and do mine. Number 2, for your peace of mind, don't let people know too much about you. You know, some people may say, but Michelle, if I have a bestie, which I'm so thankful that I do have, I have actually 3. And if I have besties, why can't I tell them things about myself? Now, understand what I'm not saying. I'm not saying that you can't talk to them. I'm not, because I know my 3 close besties I can talk to about things. 2 of them, I know I can tell more than probably the other one. Or I should say 2 of them I share more with than the other one. But that's just for personal reasons, okay? And but here's the thing, you don't always have to tell everything. There should be some things in your life that happen and nobody knows about it except you and God. Y'all, I'm gonna open up my sunroof. It's getting a little warm. It's 65 degrees, but it's starting to get a little warm. But I digress. So there are some things in your life that only you and God need to know about. Because here's the thing, telling everybody is wonderful. It gets it off your mind. But if they can't help you fix whatever that problem is, then why tell everybody? Do you understand what I'm saying? So I don't know, think about that. Number 3, if you tell the truth, you don't have to remember anything. This is why in relationships, I don't get why people don't just be honest and tell the truth. See, because when you tell one lie, you've got to tell another lie. And then when you've told those 2 lies, you've got to tell a 3rd lie that's going to cover the first 2 you've already told. And then here comes the 4th lie that has to cover the first 3. And then the 5th lie that has to cover the first 4. And it just goes on and on and on. It's too much. It is too much. Just tell the truth. And then you don't have to remember what you said before. Number 4, be selfish with your time. A lot of people don't deserve it. I'm going to tell you a little secret. I've learned over the years that you've got to be very selfish with your time. Now, understand what I'm not saying. I'm not saying to be a selfish person. That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is be selfish with your time. You should not have your life such that your time is just unlimited and open to everybody that wants it. Every time the phone rings, hey, Shell, can you do this? Sure, I'm on my way. Hey, Shell, can you do that? Sure, send it to me. I'll take care of it. No, you've got to set boundaries, which I think I'm going to talk about on Wednesday, but you've got to set boundaries and not allow your time, you and or your time, to just be open to everybody that wants access to it. Just because they want access to it. Okay, you need me to do something? Let me schedule you, put you on my calendar. If you know me, then you know I do have a planner that I keep and or the one on my phone, but I need to put you on my calendar. Make time for you. You can't just slide yourself in. Now, sometimes things come up and you may not be able to have any forewarning of it, and that's fine. But otherwise, people need to get on your calendar. Stop just giving your time to everybody that wants it. Number 5, silence is the best answer to someone who doesn't value your words. You ever have a time when you're sitting talking to someone and they say what they have to say, and then you say what you have to say, and they just swoop right on over top of what you said? It's almost like you haven't said a word. They don't value you. They don't value your time, and they don't value what you just said. So you know what you do? The best thing to do is just to sit back, give them that look, and just nod. And every now and then, really? Oh, you don't say. Girl, what? Just do that, because they don't value your words. They don't value what you have to say. They don't value what you contribute to the conversation. So why add it? Why add it? Unless you specifically ask me for my opinion, I'm not adding it. I'm just not, because you don't value it anyway. Number 6, fear is temporary. Regret is forever. Y'all, that's powerful. Fear is temporary. There are going to be times in life where you're going to be afraid to do something. Maybe you have to go get a test done and you're afraid. I don't know about you all, but I don't like needles. I do not like needles. I never have. So if I have to go and get it, like when I get my gel shots in my knees, which I think I'm going to either, I think in July I'm going to start going back to getting gel shots in my knees. That way they'll be nice and fresh and ready for my family reunion in August, but I digress. But yeah, I don't like needles. And so whenever I have to go and get a needle, I always look away and I just say, look, just tell me when you're done. And the nurses, they always look at you like, really? And they ask, are you afraid of me? Yes, I am. I am. I just don't like them. I never have. So just do what you have to do quickly so we can be done and over with this. Because I don't like it. However, and because that fear is temporary. Because once they're done doing whatever it is they need to do, I'm finished. I'm ready to go on with the rest of my day. That was a temporary setback. However, regret is forever. So if you have a regret for something that you did or something that you did not do, that is going to be forever, because you are going to be someplace sitting by yourself, probably staring out the window, sitting in your rocking chair, having a cup of tea or whatever it is that you're doing, sitting on your porch, it doesn't matter. And your mind is going to go back to that thing that you didn't do, that you should have done, or that thing that you did and you shouldn't have done. So for perfect example, let's say there was a relationship that you should have cut off and you held on because you kept thinking that this person was going to become a better person. And you kept waiting and you waited and you waited and you waited. And finally you said enough is enough and you had to let it go. And down the road, you regret holding on to person A when person B came into your life, but you couldn't commit yourself to person B because you were already committed to person A, and person B is everything that you wanted and then some. But you didn't see it because your mind was too busy being focused on person A. And now person A is long gone and person B is no longer available. And so for the rest of your life, you're going to regret not having gotten with person B. It's nothing you can do about it, but you might regret it. Now, me personally, I'm be honest with you. My hands to God, I don't regret anything that I've said, that I've done, that I didn't do, should have done, whatever. I don't, because I choose not to live in the world of regret. If I should have done something, I didn't do it, then hey, it is what it is. If I did something that I shouldn't have done, again, it is what it is. I've asked God to forgive me and I am moving on because I don't have time to live in regret. Living in regret can cause you to become stuck and not be able to move forward. Why? Because you keep living in the past. And I've talked about this before. You cannot go forward when you keep living in the past. So I'm encouraging you not to live with regret. And let me say this too before I move on. Sometimes that regret that you feel, it's not that hard regret that just grabs you by the neck and holds on for dear life. No, sometimes it's just a slight regret. 10, 15, 20, 30, 40, 50 years can go by and that thing may just pop up and you go, wow, you know what? I wonder what my life would be like if I ended up with this person, or if I didn't end up with that person, or whatever the issue is that you are having that regret about. It may not last long, but every now and then it'll pop up, because that's just life, okay? And if you say it doesn't, you're telling the tale, because it does for everybody. Number 7, your future needs you. Your past doesn't. Did I not just sit here and talk about living in the past? Your future needs you. My future needs me. Our future needs us. Us. What is us? Us. Our past doesn't need us. You know why? Because it's in the past. There's nothing that you can say and or do that will ever change it. You can apologize, but there's nothing that you can ever do that will change your past. So stop living in the past and continue to focus on your future. If you messed up in a job, or you didn't take that job, you messed up in a relationship, you didn't take that relationship, you moved into the wrong neighborhood, and you should have moved into another one. Now you have the opportunity to move into the neighborhood that you should have moved into originally. Keep moving forward. Now, I will say this. I have said to people over the years, as Marvis Meg, may God rest his soul, used to say. One time, I told you all, he preached at my church, and he said, every now and then, you've got to glance over your shoulder to see how far you've come. Come on, somebody. But as you do that, glance, and y'all know what a glance is, right? That's a quick look and you back, and then keep moving forward. So it's all right every now and then to glance over your shoulder to see how far you've come. But I need you to keep moving forward, because your present is what needs you. The past, you can't do anything with that. You can't do anything with that. You will never be able to change it. Whatever I said to you all 5 minutes ago, it's in the past. So I can't worry about it. I could always delete the video and re-record it. I'm not, but I'm just saying, the past is done. It's over with. Focus on the future, because that is where you are needed now. If you have a business, maybe you're a parent, or a job that you have, or whatever the case may be, your present needs you, not your past. And let me say this, because oftentimes I hear people say, well, you know, Michelle, I didn't do a good job of raising my kids, but I did the best I could. And you know what I say to them? It's all right. God knows your heart. God knows you loved your kids, and you gave them the best that you could give them. You did all you could for your children. You loved them as only you could love them. So don't sit around beating yourself up over not having been able to give them the best of everything. You gave them all that you could. You were good to them. You raised them such that God is pleased. So let it go. Because right now, your kids are grown. Nothing you say or do can change whatever it was you weren't able to do or didn't do when they were younger. So let it go. Number 8, don't get burned twice by the same flame. Come on, somebody. Don't get burned twice by the same flame. This goes out to you individuals who, let's say there's somebody in your life and you've given them a chance. Heck, you've given them several chances. And each time they end up burning you. I'm not talking about with a venereal disease or anything like that. I mean, they end up burning you. They end up slapping your hands. They end up slapping you across the face because they do the same thing just with a different person. Don't get burned twice by the same flame. If you know that person, they have a good heart, they do, and you love them, I understand that. But the reality is that they are not going to change. Why? Because they don't want to change. It's not that they can't. Everybody can change, but they don't want to change. So why are you continuing to give yourself to someone, or I should say give that person another chance, only for them to do the same thing over and over again? And they come back with the same sorry excuse. Baby, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to do it. No. I can see, what is that old saying? Fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, shame on me. And I say there won't be a third time. It just isn't. Now, some people may say, well, that's not very Christian. Like, God forgives us over and over and over and over again. Over and over again times 1,000 or 1,000,000. And you're right, he does. But I am not God. Okay? I am not God. I never said I was. So where God can forgive us for the things that we say and do, I can only take so much. Because I am a human being. I can only take so much. And I will not allow you to keep mistreating me. Because I'm setting myself up to fail, right? So, as I said, get burned twice. Don't get burned twice by the same flame. It might be a relationship. It could be a job. Maybe you left that job because it just was not feeding you the way you needed it to. Yeah, you got nice big paychecks, but there was no growth there. There was no potential for you to go anywhere other than where you were. So why would you leave that job? And then because somebody calls you up and says, hey, you know what? We really need you to come back. And you go, oh, okay. Thinking that things are going to be different, and they aren't. You're getting burned by the same flame twice. Don't do it. So I said relationships. I said jobs, even with family members. even with a business. It doesn't matter what it may be. Don't allow the same flame to burn you twice. See, my mindset says that if you did it once, you'll do it again. Now, here's the difference. I'll give you another chance. It may take me a minute, but I'll give you another chance. But you best believe, if you even begin to show me that you are going to try to burn me twice, it's a wrap. I'm done. I am done. We can be friends. Well, I'm not going to necessarily say that because it depends on who the individual is. More than likely, we probably can't. But depends on who the individual is. We can still be friends, but we just can't have that relationship because you've already shown me who you are. And I've accepted that you are who I see you to be because you've already shown me. And that's the thing. When somebody shows you who they are, you've got to believe them. Stop seeing people for who they are, but in your mind, you're telling yourself, but they're going to change eventually. They love me enough. No, they said they did. They love me enough to change and be the person that I need them to be. Well, here's the problem with that. You're trying to force them to be something or someone that they just are not. So let it go. Let it go. And you can be, you can be very polite. Polite is relative, let me just say that. But you can be very polite and you can say, you know what? It's not you, it's me. Now, we all know what that means, but I'm just saying, it's not you, it's me. I just don't think that I'm cut out for this relationship. See, I'm going to take the burden off of you. You don't have to. If you want to throw it on them, honey, do it. But I'm going to take it off of you and say, I just don't think I'm ready for a relationship. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to allow you to move on, because I don't want you getting stuck with me and this relationship goes nowhere when you could be missing out on something better. And then and in the back of my mind, though, I'm thinking, you know what, this fool. I'm thinking some other things. I'm just not going to say it, but I'm going to say, this fool, let them go on, live their lives, and live it without me. Because I don't want to be bothered. Now, if I see you on the street and you speak, hey, how you doing? We may shake hands. We may even get in for a quick hug and out. You know, I'm not going to treat you bad. I just realized that you don't know how to treat a woman. And I get that. I get that. Maybe what you're doing is what you saw growing up. And you don't know how to properly treat a woman. I don't know. And at this point, it doesn't even really matter, because you will now be somebody else's problem, okay? So, having said that, you guys, those are the 8 things to think about. And these are some valuable Stoic lessons that I just shared with you. As always, everything will be in the description box. So if you want to go back and read those topics, you can go there and do so. If you're new to watching my video, I want to say welcome. Thank you so much for joining me. It is a pleasure to have you here. I do car conversations every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and Saturday. Also, if there is a topic that you would like for me to talk about, please reach out to me and let me know. And I promise you, I will do my best to make that happen. You can send me an email at coachingwithmichelleA@gmail.com. That's coaching, COACHING, with WITH, Michelle, MICHELLE, always 2 L's, never one, @gmail.com. And I will do my best to try to get that topic out there for you, because what I do is always for you. It is to help you live a better life. It is to help motivate you, to keep you moving forward and not wanting to give up. I'm gonna say this real quick. It is always refreshing to me, and it always makes me feel good when people reach out and say, Michelle, I watched your video where you talked about whatever it was that I talked about, and you have no idea how that was a blessing to me. You have no idea how bad I needed to hear that. Thank you for what you do. And it always makes me feel so great to know that I make a difference in the lives of God's people, because that's my goal. That is my goal, to motivate everybody that I come across. And so hopefully this video did just that for you. Also, if you're not already a member of my channel, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, please hit the subscription button. Make sure you tap that bell so that you don't miss anything, because I want you to come back and join me again and again and again and again. This isn't your first rodeo. I want to say welcome back. You know, I miss you all when I don't get a chance to see you. Go out there, you guys. Enjoy the rest of this day. Like I said, I don't know where you are, but here in the DMV area, it is 65 degrees. The sun is not out, but it's nice out. Yeah, it's nice out. It's not overly warm, but it's a little slight breeze. I mean, you could probably put a little thin sweater on if you wanted to, but otherwise it's nice out. We don't have all that hot blaring sun out just yet, but I know it's coming. And so it is what it is. But go out there, enjoy the rest of this day. I want you all to think about the things that I shared with you. Excuse me, y'all. As soon as I finish this, y'all, I'm going to get my medicine. But I want you to think about the things that I just shared with you, because I want you all to have the best life possible. And in order to do that, you've got to start taking care of yourself, okay? Because nobody's going to do it like you can do it. You all know the drill, and you definitely know the spiel. I love you to the moon and back, and there is nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, that you can do to ever change that, because that will never change. I love you all. I want nothing but the best for you. Remember, the best is yet to come. It is just right around the corner. All you have to do is not give up and keep pushing forward. Love you. We'll talk again on Wednesday.